Hello! Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I am Melody. I don't know how to start streams. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Anyway, welcome. It's Danganronpa time today. We're back at it. It's time for the trial. The class trial. The class trials are pretty much entirely voice acted, so my throat should be good today. It's a bit of an early stream today, like half an hour earlier than I would normally do, an hour and a half earlier than I've been doing lately. This is the power of getting a good night's sleep and getting out of bed on time. It's also because a certain someone I know is having their birthday stream today, and I kind of don't want to completely miss it, so I figured if I start early enough, then I should be able to finish before she's done, and then I can like raid her or whatever. What else did I have to say? I don't know if I had anything. I could have sworn there was something more I had to say, but I don't remember what it is. Huh. Oh yeah, I think at the end of yesterday's stream, I mentioned like, oh, I think I'm starting too many series. I said like I wouldn't start any new like playthroughs until I was done with Danganronpa and Genosha. But like, I think the problem was, right, Danganronpa and Genosha, not only are they both very voice acting heavy, they're also both games that like I already know what's going on. Genosha I've played before, Danganronpa I've seen so many playthroughs of it before. So like it wasn't new. I was just, you know, sharing the experience with everyone. And then also they're both very voice acting heavy. They're both, I guess, heavier games. They're both visual novels essentially. So I needed some variety. And so now I've introduced Pokepark, which is another game that I'm replaying, but it's much lighter, and I can just chill with it. And then there's also Time Mysteries, which is a brand new experience for me. So, you know, but we're just doing whatever I feel like doing. I don't want to start too many different games that we're playing through at the same time, but it's nice to have a bit of variety, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I think that's long enough. Let's go to the game scene. I've adjusted the audio. Hopefully it's still fine. I might wait until we're actually in the game instead of on the title screen, just in case the volume's a bit different. And I did remember to like restart the capture so that the audio's not out of sync. Anyway, let's load game. Yes, this one. Oh, and also at the end of, I think, the last... Was it the last stream? No, it was at the end of the Pokepark stream. Bok Choy redeemed the save redeem. So, and I forgot to do that yesterday because I don't think you can save in Time Mysteries. So let's. How do I? Hold on. What's the menu button again there? There we go. We have saved. Alright, I think the audio is okay. If anything's too loud or too quiet, just let me know and I will adjust it. Anyway, we gotta go through the door. Through the red door. Oh wait. I forgot we were going to review all of our evidence before we did it. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you! I bet you were afraid you'd be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. Save that for the class trial. Then we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then who is the killer? I wonder. The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Okay, so before we go down there, let's review everything we found during the previous stream. So I know what all of these truth bullets mean. So, Monokuma file. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. Time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 AM. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. The death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. Her right wrist appears to have been fractured. Evidence of a struggle. There are a number of scratches and gouges in the bed and walls of Makoto's room. In Makoto's room. Replica sword. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sword was found in its sheath out of its sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating, as was part of the blade. Replica sword sheath. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sheath was found some distance from the sword itself, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. If you were going to attack someone with a sword, you would almost certainly remove the sheath first. Switching rooms. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into her room, and she became frightened. Toolkit. This had been placed in Makoto's room before he arrived. It remains unopened, and there is no evidence of it ever being used. All the other male students claim that they hadn't used theirs either. But still... ... Makoto's room cleanliness. Not a single hair was found on the floor of the crime scene. On the floor at the scene of the crime. In addition, the lint roller shows evidence of being used. Sayaka's wrist. Sayaka's right wrist had been fractured, and her wrist was glittery at the injury's location. In addition, her hands appear to be completely clean except for the index finger on her left hand, which has some blood on it. Hello, Theo! Welcome. We're just going through all of our evidence before we start the trial. Dying message, which is absolutely not obvious at all. A series of numbers have been written on Makoto's bathroom wall. 11037. It is assumed Sayaka wrote these numbers while leaned up against the wall as she lay dying. 11037. Bathroom door frame. Makoto's bathroom door was difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the door frame properly. The only two people who knew the trick to opening it were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim. Bathroom doorknob. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had been partially or completely removed. Dorm nameplates. The nameplates on the doors to Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. Kitchen knife set. The kitchen in the dining hall had a set of kitchen knives. Apparently, one of the knives had gone missing. Aoi's account. The knife in the kitchen went missing while Aoi was in the dining hall. Aoi swears that Makoto did not come to the dining hall at any point while she was there. Trash duty. There's apparently a trash room within the school. It's blocked off by a sturdy gate that can only be opened with the trash room key. Incinerator. The incinerator can be activated via a switch on the machine. Hifumi was on cleaning duty, and he claims that the last time he saw the incinerator, it was off. However, when Makoto checked it after the incident, the incinerator was in fact on. The distance from the gate to the incinerator is roughly 30 feet. Burnt shirt piece. A burnt piece of clothing was found next to the incinerator in the trash room. It is apparently part of a shirt cuff, and it has a noticeable blood stain on it. Shattered crystal ball. Shards of glass were found next to the incinerator in the trash room. As it turns out, the glass ball would have fit comfortably in the palm of a person's hand. Apparently, Yasuhiro left the ball in the laundry room on accident, so anyone could have come along and taken it. And that's all our evidence. So before we go inside, let's talk to everyone. Since I'm not going to be doing much voice acting this episode, so I might as well get it out of the way. So whoever's stuck is here, even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh? Okay, that's it. That's all you got to say?
Impossible.
Hydrate, thank you, Theo. Damn, we really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh? Drink up before it gets going.
You know?
If you want to confess, now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. Sakura.
Hey.
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Kyoko. Let's get started. Let's get it started now. Chihiro.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Of course, again, no. Even if someone redeemed it again, I'd probably sing something different. I just saw the let's get it started and thought, haha, funny. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? So the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call. Shut up, bro. I do not like Hifumi. I don't know anyone who does like Hifumi.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Don't, okay. I mean, we did. I'm pretty sure. I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now.
Got it.
Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Alright. Time to begin. I mean, not quite yet. There's still a little bit before. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well,
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, and everyone looked at me like a weirdo, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this... Is this supposed to be said out loud? Because it's not in blue, but at the same time, this feels like a very strange thing to say out loud. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Okay, he was supposed to be saying that out loud. I wonder how this... it's off screen now, I can't read it again. Oh, actually, how do I get the log up? There. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. I'm gonna blurt that out next time. Nice. Some of the things Makoto says definitely feel like they should be in his head, but then he just says them out loud. It's weird. Yo! You finally arrived! I've completely forgotten how to do Monokuma's voice. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yoo-hoo!
Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Even though he said sit down, didn't he? We're not sitting. We're standing. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. And they're not seats, they're like lecterns or something. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. We were standing, but we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. He goes through this at the start of every single case. They stopped doing this for the second game because they realized it was dumb. It's like Brock eating his jelly donut that looks like a rice bowl. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. And I'm dead serious, I can't take this with a serious face. Oh, we could have saved here. Oh, actually, no, let's do it in a new slot, why not? So we could have just checked through our evidence here, but I decided to do it when we started instead. Do we have any skills? We have 11 skill points. Melodious voice, increased damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Might as well equip that. What that means, don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. Is that the only one I've unlocked? Let me use the D-pad so I'm not... Okay, yeah, that's the only one I've unlocked. I guess all the other people I spoke to just gave me, skill points instead. You unlock those by doing the free time events with people. Anyway. Oh, there's a scrolly thing on the bottom. I'm not gonna read that, because I'd have to wait for it to come all the way back. Finished preparations! Time for the voice acted part to begin so I don't have to keep speaking.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
He goes through this at the start of every trial. I think he does it at the start of every trial in Danganronpa 2 as well. And then in 3 he starts like mixing it up every now and then and like saying slightly different things, even if it means the same. Or he just gets like interrupted and is like, oh okay, I guess we're going.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Yeah, okay. Look at his face going wild in the corner there. Theo, no! Theo, no!
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Is the volume okay? They feel a little quiet to me.
What's going on with...
It was
those
Miko.
pictures?
It was Miko raising his hand, not me. Okay. If you say so.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Oh, I know what line comes after this.
Friendship penetrates?
I hate this man. I hate this man. I do not like this man.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Wow, no reason. That's definitely the explanation.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure. I know how it works, but I don't know the controls, so... As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During this discussion, your characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried in their statements. What this means is you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you've found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim, and then fire with the X button. Okay, X. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so be careful. If you press the plus button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that. And the murder took place in Lukrembo's room.
Why the voice? I might have to turn up the voice volume.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Didn't have a chance to resist, that is wrong.
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I'm gonna turn the voice volume up because during
Just
the
a second,
debates they seem
Chihiro.
very quiet.
Try to remember how my room looked.
Hold on, what's the menu button again? System. Options. Turn that all the way up. Is that save? That's save. Hopefully that's loud enough. I don't know. Let me know if anything's too loud or too quiet, because I'm not a professional. I don't know how to do this.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Yeah, the music's just. Let me. I think I'm gonna need to turn down the music. It's like, what the hell is? Why are the voices so quiet? Maybe like that? Maybe? We'll see how that is.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
That's a little better.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
I guess we'll go with that for now. Maybe a bit even more? No, but like, why is the BGM so loud? I guess we'll go with like second lowest. Sound options in this game is terrible, yeah.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Sounds the same to me. I can hear them a bit clearer now, so I guess this is gonna have to be good enough.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
It's good the way it is, okay.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Why are you getting excited over that? We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. As if it wasn't blatantly obvious. I mean, I guess this is like the first case. This is essentially the tutorial. Kitchen knife set.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on.
No, it wasn't some random knife. It was a kitchen knife.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
That's a pretty weak objection. Like, oh, you say it's a knife? It's like, no, it is a knife, but it's not just a knife. That's dumb.
A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
I suppose so.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
You don't need to look real close. It's
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
I guess it's easy for me to say. I'm not the one whose friend just got murdered.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not gonna change that conclusion.
Okay.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Kyoko already knows everything.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. You want to hear more? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the R button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, you'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush, except for the fact that you're on a time limit. Well, good luck, and have fun! Awie's account.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon.
True.
But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
No.
Dining hall.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I'm sorry that I'm not like letting the entire testimony
Okay, wait.
go
Hold
through,
on.
but
I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
like the answer's obvious. Even if I wasn't familiar with how the game plays out, the answer there's obvious.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Why is that portrait in the corner going crazy for this one? Huh? Wow.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time.
Ta-ta-ra, we are innocent.
In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
I'd like to ask the bear. Sounds funny out of context.
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Oh man. Big brain. Big brain logic here.
Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Good question.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all,
That
she
freaking
just
portrait.
said she was in the dining hall.
I can't do that expression. When I tilt my head forward, my camera doesn't track my mouth movements. Oh.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Okay.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
Yeah, baby, alibis. Let's go.
Stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a
Oh,
girl
God, this
spending the
line.
night together? It's unwholesome.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Bruh. Bruh.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Ah.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
I thought they hand waved it with Sakura saying me earlier on, but man, they just went for it. Yeah. Yeah. Danganronpa kind of does that sometimes with the whole all boys are like this and girls are like this and blah blah blah. Not fond of that, to be honest. Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... Sayaka herself. I got it!
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
I gotta say, Makoto's shouts and stuff during the trial, not as cool as Phoenix writes. You know, Phoenix has objection, Makoto has no, that's wrong. Phoenix has take that, Makoto has I got it. This is like no name brand.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Why is the fan on my laptop going berserk right now? It's very loud.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
Happens to my work laptop, yeah.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
I have to flip it and put a USB fan over it. Oh, it's calming down now. A little.
What?
What? Gasp.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
The way the portraits in the corner just do that thing is still funny to me. Damn, if I don't do something, they're all gonna blame me for the murder. Portraits freaking out is so dumb, yeah. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die. Well, of course they don't understand, because they don't know you're innocent, dumbass.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko knows.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Before we get into the description, Hangman's Gambit comes back in every Danganronpa game, and every single time they change it. In Danganronpa 1, it's stupid easy. In Danganronpa 2, it's way too chaotic. So then for Danganronpa V3, they updated it again. I don't know what the general consensus is on V3's version. It's alright, I guess. They keep trying to make this work, and it doesn't. It doesn't. They can't get it right. As things advance further in class, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Also, if any of you are familiar with, what's his name, ProZD, I think his name is, he did a little skit about Danganronpa, and it's like, so we know the culprit, we know the victim was killed with the knife, and then Monokuma jumps in, but can you spell the word knife? This is the minigame that's referring to. Have to complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left stick to aim, press the A button to shoot the desired letters. Why was there just a ... If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you'll fail. Wait, it's a shooter? We were shooting down their statements before. This is why Danganronpa is considered an FPS game by Twitch. They turned like debates into a shooter. This gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. It must be the crucial point. If we can figure out what that something is... Hangman's Gambit. It's stupid easy. Like I said, the way it's here is super easy. In Danganronpa 2, they made it way too chaotic.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
And then V3, they changed it up again. They just can't seem to get it right. That was a trip, yeah.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
He's got a point.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes, very true, very true.
Why are you laughing?
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Yay, we're innocent.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Look at that smirk. She knows. She knows everything.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Do we? And the evidence that proves that the killer struggled to get in the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the bathroom doorknob.
I got it!
I got it!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Oh man, the doorknob.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
See, when they do things like this, like, oh, see how it looked, and it's like, how are you showing them? How are you showing them this? Does your e-handbook have like pictures and everything, and you're just showing them on the book? I don't get it. So when I wrote my novel, my novel's like very much inspired by Danganronpa. I was very specific, like, yeah, everyone's like PDA, which was the equivalent of the e-handbook, like, yeah, it has a camera on it, so you can take pictures of your evidence, and then you can show everyone during the debate. Make it make sense.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
I think we're just supposed to, like, not think about it too much. Explaining the UI and everything, yeah, that's what I do. Like, a lot of my ideas for stories started off as ideas for games, so I've just had to sort of abstract the gameplay away from it and come up with in-universe explanations for things.
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
His delivery of that line did not match his portrait here.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Look at that smug. She's so smug. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Let's hear more. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak points are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun! Make your argument. Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
That's true.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That is also true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
I mean, they did.
Because
they did.
Sayaka had locked it.
That's false.
No, that's wrong.
That one might not have been obvious, but Makoto's going to explain
The
it.
reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
No, that's wrong.
Yes. Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Why did she say yes twice?
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
So lame.
Yup, true as true can be.
Yeah, Makoto is very... He's just kind of an everyman, you know? The bland, nothing protagonist so that players can project themselves onto him. The protagonist in the second game gets a bit more interesting, and then the third game they're like fully their own character. They're not someone for you to just project yourself onto. Though I think the later protagonists do still do the same whole no, that's wrong thing.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Find that type of character never works, they just end up being so boring. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
One important detail. Something the killer didn't know. For some reason they were convinced the door was locked. Which means the important detail that the killer didn't know was that the crime took place in my room. Because it didn't take place in Sayaka's room, obviously. I got it!
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
Inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had
I
switched
hate
rooms.
this dude. When does he die? I won't spoil that. I won't spoil that. I mean, you don't even know for certain that he does die. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's soon, maybe it's a long way away. Who knows? You'll just have to wait and see. Wait.
which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
Indeed.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
We're innocent, yay!
That is a definite possibility.
Why is it only a possibility?
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
We're innocent now, come on.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Okay, that's a good line. Normally I don't like this guy, but that's a good line.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now?
Bruh.
Majority rules.
Bruh, that's not a good idea. If you get it wrong, everyone dies.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious. Y'all remember when people used to talk like that? For reals. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
Rude. Rude. For serious is now added to my lexicon. Nice.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
That's a good question.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Coincidences do happen. Sometimes things are just convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Is it even possible to make an unpickable lock? Like, you can make them pick resistant, but like I've seen the lock picking lawyer. Bro gets through a lot of locks really quickly. I feel it feels a little hand wavy, but I suppose that's to like limit the options.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Or can it?
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Bro, shut up.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
There's the reason there's no way Sayaka invited the killer into her room. I already have the answer. I believe it's switching rooms because I'm scaling so hard. Yeah, Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force her way into her room, and she became frightened.
I got it!
I got it!
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
I can't do Sayaka's voice properly, it's too high-pitched.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Makoto's such a weenie. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
It's gonna go by power converters. I don't know the line from Star Wars. Luke whining about power converters. There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
I found a notepad. Where? Just a random notepad?
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
It just existed, no biggie.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Okay, but why? That'd only matter if you're doing something like illegal or whatever.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
You could have said that first.
Huh? Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
It's interesting hearing like the different ways that like the names get pronounced, because like you could hear the like Kyoko just calls him Makoto, like a very like not much emphasis on the T there, but then Byakuya is like Makoto, very much emphasizing the fact that it's supposed to be a T sound.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Oh look, someone's online. I forgot to disable those. Whoops.
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
I saw nothing, don't worry about it. And that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
I don't know, Makoto.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Shut up. Shut up, I don't like this man.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
How can you say that without a single ounce of shame?
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Non-stop debate, let's go. Make your argument. Dorm nameplates. Eventually they start giving you more truth bullets, so it's more tricky to figure out.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
She pronounces Makoto's name
But
weird.
no, the place they were
She calls him
asked to come
Makoto.
to. It specifically says, my room.
Exactly.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yes.
Exactly. The room that Makoto
No.
was staying in.
No, that's wrong.
Japanese names are hard. Yeah, especially because Celeste is supposed to have some like vaguely
The nameplates
European
on my and
accent.
Sayaka's rooms got switched.
So she pronounces things weird. That's why I've been... I don't... Alright, I was supposed to shout. No, that's wrong. Yeah, I think Makoto's the only name that she pronounces weird, from what I can remember. But I suppose we'll see with the voice acting.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
That's right.
If someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
I don't see what that has to do with anything,
And
sure.
the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Of course.
Right?
He's so sad.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. It was Sayaka.
I got it!
I got it!
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as
I
much
need that
from
as a
the note.
sound redeem. I haven't messed around with sound redeems at all. I'll have to look into that at some point. Some point when I have time. Which is something I'm frequently short on. There's something I want to talk to you about. Come and see in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
Oh gee, I wonder why. I don't know if it's obvious or not. Because, like, I already know the answer. But, like, to me, this seems a little
To
obvious.
understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was, whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
No shit. But we don't know who that is, dumbass.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial
Hey.
struggle.
Freaking Discord notifications. My phone buzzes every time and it scares me.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
Okay.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
But how the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because... it's got gold on it.
I got it!
I got it!
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
Gold!
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Says the guy who hasn't contributed at all. What happened in my room, and what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Want to hear more? Absolutely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Oh no. But just like the weak spots, only one of these bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. Thank you for the redeems, Theo! Stretch! And hydrate. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage on your influence gauge. You can press the L button to rotate the cylinder and choose which truth bullet to fire. Press and release the L button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold down the L button and use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. Why was that so hard for me to say? For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. I don't remember what difficulty I'm set to. Hold on, let me see. I think you can check your difficulty in here. No, I cannot. I don't know what difficulty I'm on. Well then, good luck and have fun! Make your argument. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, replica sword. So let's see what weak spots we have to refute.
The culprit grabbed the sword.
Makes sense.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
Makes sense.
She tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit did that in her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Or is it? The sword was used first and the knife came afterward. Is that really the order of events? That leads to some unexplainable details. Indeed it does.
Fighting broke out.
With the replica sword sheath, particularly. Because as we saw...
That's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak
As we
attack.
saw when we reviewed the evidence this morning.
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Tell him, Makoto.
Why not?
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched.
Exactly.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Is there? Like, are those lines across it supposed to be the gashes? I guess.
Something sharp. You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, It'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Maybe.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Indeed.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who
Oh,
attacked
thank you for the clip, Theo. What is that? Words glitching? Oh, is that me? Me stumbling over my words? Thank you for the clip.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Indeed. The part of her body that shows she never used the sword, it was her palms. Because the gold coating comes off easily. I got it!
Talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Indeed.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Ah,
Sorry,
but
I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
I don't particularly like Toko either. Not in this game, at least. Should I say? I don't particularly like Toko.
No, that's not it at all.
She couldn't wash the... There's no way Sayaka can wash the gold coating off her hands because the water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
How many days have they been here so far? Reasonable. Probably. 1 AM is night. Theo.
Oh my.
Why do you say that like you're excited about it? Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
What?
An insult, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have to be the one without the sword. Da 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 da. I got it!
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
And so it all comes together.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Shock and awe, oh my god. I totally couldn't have seen that coming when she grabbed the knife.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Very true.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
It is.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yes, Makoto. Sayaka wanted to on you. ... Kyoko knew from the very beginning, clearly. I mean, with the way she was guiding the debate, it's obvious she knew what was going on.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But
Indeed.
for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I mean, we already did, and none of y'all believed me.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
He's so sad.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation.
Oh, I accidentally hit the bottom of my table. Don't mind that.
A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
Makoto, shut up.
Because...
Stop being such a weenie.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
What do you mean derailed the argument?
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Then you should make the time limit more obvious.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Kyoko knows what's up.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Or is there? Make your argument! Trash duty, Aui's message, Aui's account, dying message. I'm guessing it's gonna be dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Oh no, maybe it's...
Very
Yeah,
well.
dying message.
Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
Okay, so I'm guessing dying message. Wait, no, hold on. That's right, there is still a clue left that can lead us to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more...
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
I think the I got it is funnier than the no, that's wrong. I got it!
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Dining? I don't know why that got me, but...
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There
Yeah,
must
that's
be a
totally
clue
what
about
it
the
says.
killer hidden in there.
Sure, there is.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question. Left index finger. However...
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I would just like to point out that the very first Phoenix Wright game, the, second case of the first Phoenix Wright game, had a fake dying message that was written using the victim's finger. So the fact that Sayaka's finger has blood on it is not very solid evidence at all.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Why are you saying it so slow? 11037.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
Of course, because knowing stuff about computers means you're an expert on numbers. That's definitely how this works.
No, that's not... Yes,
Numbers
I'm
and
a
shit.
programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Thank you, Kyoko, saying what everyone at home is thinking.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
I will remind people that, because these are written in English letter... I've spoiled it, but they're going to reveal the trick in a second anyway. Because these look like English letters, this puzzle was more difficult in the Japanese version, and there was no real way to localize it for the English without it being super obvious.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but... looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Why? Sometimes the portrait in the corner just goes wild, even though the way they said the line wasn't that intense.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
You're going crazy. Hello, little Miss Bagels. Welcome, welcome.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Come on. Come on, it's obvious. Damn it, it's just no use. I just don't know. And now Kyoko's just going to outright say it.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
There we go. Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something. Hold on, can I rotate it in OBS? Is there a way for me to do that? No, not properties. Filters. Can I add a rotation? Oh, that's already... No. I don't think there's a way for me to rotate it. Damn. Okay, never mind that. I was gonna do a funny. They'll show it themselves soon enough. I'll turn my head. Think maybe I see something. Oh, I think the capture froze, so I might have skipped through a few lines of dialogue. Oops. Hold on. Bring it back. There we are. Oh, we're running out of time. Full screen. What was the button for? Oh, I can't. Okay. What? It's Leon. It's obviously Leon.
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer.
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Hold on, Hold on. Where, how did I... What button did... There we are.
If you turn the message around...
Oh no, I accidentally ordered it. Hold on.
It becomes the
letters.
letters.
Hold on, how do I unauto?
O-N.
That. That's paused it. Jesus. I think it's one of the shoulder buttons. Thank you, Miss Bagels. Spent too much time... Okay, so... Okay, let's see what I skipped through. Rotate it, I think maybe... I think I see it now. Oh my god, now I see it! She wrote down the killer's name! Huh? You shot past the clue part and right on to who did it! So, whose name did she write? Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's real name. The key to solving this mystery was to simply rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
L-E-O-N.
How do I...
Or more accurately, Leon.
Hold on, how do I... Which button activated auto? Hold
What
on.
the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
How do I turn off auto? I think auto scroll may be related to... okay. There we go, there we go. Thanks for the help, Miss Bagels. All that because I tried to frickin' tried to turn it upside down.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Sure, Leon.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Ta-da!
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Bro, she literally wrote your name.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
Maybe I'll back trying this for myself.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I won't kill anyone. Okay, Theo. It's Leon trying to get rid of. That would be the shot piece.
I got it!
I got it!
You mean The burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked.
It's funny hearing Leon speak because I recognize his voice actor a lot better from somewhere else. Yeah, I know... I don't know the names of voice actors. I think there's only like one voice actor that I can like pick out wherever he's doing because I feel like his voice is very distinctive. The other voice actors I'm not... Actually, I forget what her name is. She voices Morgana in Persona 5. I recognize her voice. And I can recognize Xander Morbus. Those are the only two that I'm able to, like, pick out. Anyway.
Isn't that right, Leon?
So now that it's obvious that it's Leon, I'm just going to share a bit of trivia. That the reason Sayaka and Leon are the first to die is because they were kind of used as the basis for like the standpoint that they used to design the rest of the cast. And so because of that, they had to keep cross-referencing Leon and Sayaka, the team had to. And they got so sick of seeing these characters that they decided, you know what, let's just kill them off in the first chapter so that we don't have to see them anymore. Fun bit of trivia for you. Because it's very obvious that it is Leon now, so I feel fine revealing that.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Danganronpa is where I started recognizing more voice actors. Started recognizing more voice actors by name. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
Is he even wearing a white button-up in the first place?
That's right. There are
oh yeah, it
plenty
is a
of other people
button-up.
here with shirts like mine.
I thought it was a jacket or something, but yeah. It does have buttons.
It's just that one little charred piece. There's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough.
The voice
There
acting
are
did
some
not
other
match the
points
way
that
the
may
portrait
reveal the
looked.
truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The bone remains in the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. Where it was disposed of, I think? Okay, maybe not. Where the shirt was destroyed. If we focus on that, the killer will become clear. Where it was destroyed? You're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck's that supposed to make anything clear? I feel like Makoto's VA does a lot of anime protagonist type characters. Huh.
Shoot!
Looks like oh no. Oh no. Okay, so I guess it's how it was disposed of then?
I got it!
I got it!
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
It's funny because I first knew him as Henry. Oh! I didn't know they shared a voice actor. That's neat.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
I mean, I feel like where it was disposed of should count as well. Because, like, it was disposed of in the trash room.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves Leon is the real killer. Non-stop debate, make your argument. I think I already know this one. It's Shattered Crystal Ball, I believe. As soon as it will let me.
The key to
Whoops.
the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Why is his voice so calm when he's using the shouting portrait?
Incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
No, you wouldn't.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Indeed.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was to throw it. I got it!
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I am quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room.
Very
The
true.
shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Very true.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge for the... It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because because they are the ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Hello, Bok Choy. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, sometimes they do a very good job of incorporating the talents of the students into the crimes. Sometimes not so much. This time they very much didn't.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
Shit for brains.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Now here's what happened. The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events of the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you aim at a missing section and press the A button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. This comes back in future Danganronpa games, but they do a better job of making it less tedious. Because in this game you have to get the entire thing right on like one pass through. And you have like all the panels right from the get-go, and you have to figure everything out. So they do a better job in later games. So it starts with our Mr. Killer person going to quote-unquote Sayaka's room. Dude comes in, Sayaka attacks, misses, culprit bumps in to the sword. Sayaka attacks, he blocks with the sheath. The art style of these segments is incredible. Haven't seen it in so long, yeah. Really cool. The dude attacks. She drops the knife and then... I think this is supposed to be like he's still got the sword and Sayaka runs away to the bathroom. Culprit can't get in. However, the culprit has a screwdriver and they take apart the doorknob. They come in and then Sayaka gets stabbed, and this is where she writes a dying message. And then she dead. Next up, the culprit takes off their shirt, grabs the lint roller, and cleans up to remove any... Also, the fact that the culprit like trying to remove all of their hair from the scene is a clever foreshadowing to the fact that it's Leon, because Leon is the only member of the group who has like bright red hair. So like the fact, if his hair was found at the scene, it would have been very obvious that it was him, compared to like anyone else in the group having their hair found. So then he grabs the ball and throws it. Hits the switch. Incinerator turns on. Throws away the shirt. Then he walks off, but a piece of the shirt remains. So like, what do we have left? This is just a copy of the other panel, which is this one. So that's definitely just a decoy. That we also saw. This is the one that... Oh no, that's a copy of this panel. Okay, we're good.
Here's exactly what happened.
That's true, I think the other boys share their hair color with someone else, yeah. Time for Makoto to explain everything.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife.
Done.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
Dun dun.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone.
Rip.
With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area.
I should probably clean my apartment. I was thinking of doing that tonight, but I think I'm gonna be busy. Everything's too dusty.
They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
Makoto talking about a freaking murder, and I'm just here. I should clean my apartment.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt.
I know they mean like literally bloody, but as an Australian, it's like, oh, we're gonna destroy their bloody shirt. Bloody's just used for emphasis here.
They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator.
Especially sturdy.
So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot.
Oh, I had to get rid of the bloody shirt. Yeah.
And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Whoosh.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
Heh.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Complete. Let's
It would
go.
appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
You have evidence that's my bloody name on the wall.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
I mean, I said it earlier. It's awfully convenient that it was in fact Sayaka that wrote the name, because like in like the Ace Attorney series, dying messages get faked so often.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
Objection!
I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Yeah, there's definitely no evidence. Definitely.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I am. I have the evidence. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? I believe this technically does come back in future games. They just rename it. To be fair, Ace Attorney is about crime in actual court. This is about high schoolers trapped. True. True that. Absolutely. Let's hear. I think in future games it's called like the Panic Talk action or something. But it's essentially the same thing. Same idea at least. Sometimes during a class trial your opponent simply won't want to... Oh god, it's a rhythm game I forgot about. Oh no. Let's hope the delay on the capture doesn't screw me over too much. Opponents simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. ... Press the A button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the X button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Why are there so many ... Was the Japanese text longer? And they couldn't remove the statement, so they just replaced it with a ... Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively, and you'll start a combo. Keep going, and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for each button. Watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spots will appear. At this point you can press the X button to shoot a truth bullet down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Refute that statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you'll fail. Well then, good luck and have fun.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Except the game actually figures it out for you. We just need to do the timing. Then do I act...
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance!
Frick. There goes my combo.
You lied! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid!
Oh, easy.
Where's your proof?
It's the toolkit.
This should prove it.
Ah!
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used
I
to
wonder.
remove it.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Okay, Leon.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
I feel like... Am I supposed to be laughing at this? Am I supposed to just find this ridiculous? Dude's going crazy.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
Do screwdrivers actually show evidence of use when you unscrew things? I feel like it would have been more accurate to say, well, we should see that your toolkit's been opened.
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
Meanwhile, Celestia's just staring.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Pid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Let's go. We did it. A. Final result. A. And a bunch of medals that we can use to gotcha later.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection.
Why is Monokuma's face going crazy in the corner?
Oh, just to remind you all,
I can't move back and forth quick enough to do that.
make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Dot.
Okay, then let's get excited!
Excitement.
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be? Who is found guilty? Monokuma, vote. Ding ding ding. What? Why is the... I had to turn down... The audio mixing on this game is awful. I had to turn the music down way low so I could actually hear the voices during the... Oh, I accidentally hit the thing again. So that I could actually hear the voices during the trial. But then because I turned it down so much, now the cutscene is like silent. Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money. And now I have to start voice acting again. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada. Dot.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? Yes, we already know that, Makoto.
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch, what the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
Thank you for voice acting yourself, Leon. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? ... Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Why? Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. Oh, okay. Okay, Makoto. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. He could have just broke her arm and left. That is very true. Welcome. My name is Celestia Ludenberg. Nice name you got there. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If I was her, and the video had actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. I mean, she might just spin it that she was attacked to the others. I mean, that's true, but at the same time, she wouldn't have died. No one would have died. You'd just have someone who everyone is suspicious of. To have to see something like that happen to them? And Sayaka? I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's it. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I think it would probably be hard to calm down and go back to living normally. Yeah, true. True. I understand. Really, I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that? All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. Sayaka's mistake was targeting someone physically fit enough to fight back, yeah. I don't know if they explain it, but I believe... like, it's the reason Sayaka specifically targeted Leon was because he wanted to be a musician. Like, he was planning on leaving baseball and becoming a musician. So, like, Sayaka was like, oh yeah, come speak to me. And it's like, yeah, I'm big in the music industry. You can... you can trust me, or something like that. So it does make some amount of sense, but yeah, she probably shouldn't have gone for Leon. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But...
that's enough.
You know who else might be stupid enough to fall for a trap? Yes, yes. Yeah. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. To be fair, I was like, how tall is Hiro actually? Hold on. What's the menu button again? This is the menu button. Report card. How tall is Hiro? Exactly 6 foot. Man is tall. That's also because he's like in his 20s. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise. Why was that so hard for me to read?
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you'll need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did. I don't know why, but Kyoko reminds me of Mia Fat. Yeah, I can kind of see it.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution?
The delivery of that line does not match the portrait whatsoever.
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced her way into the bedroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shot herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong? Wow, even the game says Leon was in the wrong, yeah. I love that Celeste sprite, yeah.
Do you understand?
I keep trying to mimic it, but if I lean forward, then my eyes just half close, and then my mouth doesn't... my camera doesn't track my mouth. You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No! That's not... Stop it. My phone just gave me a notification for one of my own tweets. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Ironically, in trying to cover up the crime, Leon gave us a huge evidence trail, yeah. Because the one to blame is him! Oh look, someone's playing Smash Bros. Ultimate. Swah! What Leon did was obviously wrong, but I think Makoto's the one who spells it out here. Yeah. Yeah. If it weren't for you, none of this would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Thrills, chills, kills!
I love that voice line. Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now!
No more begging. No more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
I'm gonna quickly turn the music volume up again, just so that there's actual music for the cutscene. That should be good enough. And then we'll turn it back down once we get out of the cutscene, because then it's like too loud to hear the voice acting. The voice acting's so quiet during the debates. I don't know why.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
From Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh, content warning, the punishments get very, very brutal. So, I mean, if you're watching a Danganronpa stream, you're probably not worried about that, but you know, just in case. Viewer discretion is advised.
No!
Here it comes. And like, this is completely spoiled by the opening of the game. Oh wait, I might have to talk over it because I think like last time with when I did the first stream of it, I got like a copyright claim on YouTube for the first execution, which it wasn't even a copyright claim from Spike Chunsoft. It was from some random company that may or may not have been associated with the anime. They released it after I disputed it, but like, I'd rather not deal with that again. So let's see if I get one for this one. Even with the music so low. Rest in peace. Apparently this first execution was like basically the same in like the beta version when Danganronpa was still called Distrust and had a much darker tone to it. Which is why this execution is like so much more brutal than the rest of the ones in the game. Rest in peace, Leon. Just played Winnie the Pooh's over on WWE. Fantastic. Now let me put the audio back to where it was before. What we saw. That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Monokuma's got so many good voice lines. Whoa! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. I think Ifumi summed it up himself. I'm not gonna do that one. What's going on? A jolly little guy, yeah.
I can't take it.
Oh look, someone's online. I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
Well, hey, if you don't like it. All you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret society type of bear. For that, I forgot that crazy little laugh, yeah.
Well...
So why are you... what does Hifumi's voice sound like again? So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems you're trying... Monokuma's English voice work is so great, yeah. It's fantastic. It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. It's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't get free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't get free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
thrills, chills, kills!
I forgot, but Leon is also one of the only killers in Danganronpa who didn't know that everyone else has to die to it. Oh! Oh yeah, true, because that isn't introduced until after the murder occurs. Huh. That's a good point, yeah. It didn't get explained until Sayaka's body was found. Yeah. Very true. Anyway, let's get to the Blacken's punishment. That's what everyone's been waiting for, after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
Wow! And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. With the way all the characters are positioned, it looks like Hifumi has Celeste's hair. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. Dot. Many dots going on here. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in closer and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming an easy target like that.
It's true.
The image of the image of Kyoko moving forward and whispering into Makoto's ear is one you get used to. I would say the copy pasta, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen further into the game yet. Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact you can never change. But even till the end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why she lay dying. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. The not knowing class trial rules fact applies to Sayaka too. She might have been prepared to use Makoto as a patsy, but she wasn't. Yeah. True. Very true. Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How can I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. Yeah, no one cares about Junko, apparently. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have a pretty good intuition. Chapter 1, to survive. The end. Rip, rip, rip. 13 students remaining. To be continued. Despair bat. Oh boy. Yes, I would like to save. We're going to end it there. Let me just go back to the chatting screen. Normally I would just keep going until like I have my full 3 hours, but I've done like 2-3 hour streams this week. And I just wanted to get through chapter 1. So we'll start on chapter 2 next time. Next time we stream Danganronpa. Also, a friend of mine is having her birthday stream today, and I didn't want to stream for too long because I wanted to catch at least part of it. I hope she's still going. We shall see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Fun stream today. Glad I was able to come back to Danganronpa, though I admit part of the reason I was able to come back is because we were at a trial. So the entire game did the voice acting for me. If I had to do all of that voice acting myself, I may not have lasted as well as I did. Now let's see, hopefully she's still going. It's not going to be a particularly big raid, we don't have too many viewers, but it's fine. It's fine, I just want to show my support. Why is it, I pressed pause, why did it stop playing again? Frickin' Twitch, thank you for streaming, no worries Miss Bagels, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I believe she's still going. Singing and community games. Fun, fun. Okay. So we are going to be raiding. It's... Remember this time it's slash, not exclamation mark. Magnolia channel. Did I spell that right? Yes. So it is... Thanks for the stream, thank you, Theo. So yes, it is Magnolia's birthday, I believe. Either that or she's just doing her birthday stream. But either way, I want to show her some support. Even if our raid isn't particularly big, I still want to, you know, send her some love. Anyway, thank you, Theo. So yes, we have 2 raid messages. If you are not a sub, you can use the one that Theo put in the chat. If you are subbed, you can use the one I did, which has my emotes. My next stream will probably be next Friday. I don't really have a lot of time to stream during the week, and I need to really get back into my novel, which is inspired by Danganronpa, by the way. So that's fun. Anyway, I think that's all I had to say. Thanks for watching. Otsukame, bye bye. Let's go. Where's the end scene?